everybody, I'm Chef Ben. This is Dinner with Ben, Season 2, Episode 2. I almost went 1. And it is brought to you by Ashworks, Cutting Boards, Tea North, Organic, Carbonated Iced Tea. And this week, a special live stream brought to you by Atlantic Livestream. That's why everything looks a little different. But don't be freaked out. It's okay. It looks better. It's fun. And this week, I have a special guest who is not currently here. His name is Cullen MacDonald, and he will be here very shortly. He's just coming from work, which is right down the street. So in the meantime, we're going to kind of jump right in and get going here. If you don't know what we're making, I'm going to run through that real quick. We're going to be making chicken Alfredo. We're going to make kale and apple salad. We'll actually learn how to make kale taste good. And we're going to make homemade passion flakies with some blueberry. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Cassie. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. I hope you're as excited for this as I am. Hello, Sue. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so I'm going to wait till my guest gets here before I do too much, but we might as well get the oven going. So I'm just going to pop the oven on to 425 and get that nice and hot. And so once my guest gets here, I'm pretty much going to get him to take over most of the cooking. I don't know exactly. I don't think his skill level in the kitchen is quite what mine is. So this is going to be slightly slower than usual, which is kind of the idea, so that hopefully you guys can more easily follow along at home. So what we're going to do is, for the chicken Alfredo, we're actually going to take some chicken legs, which I have just over here. And we're going to just toss them with a little bit of oregano, salt, pepper, and we're going to roast them. And then once they're roasted, we'll pull them, we'll pull the skin off, we'll roast the skin a little bit more, get it nice and crispy. And then from there, we'll make our sauce or cook our pasta, toss it all together. It's going to be super delicious. The kale is going to be, oh, it's freaking me out. The screen's changing on me. It's crazy. It's awesome. I love it. So for the kale salad, we're going to take our kale, we're going to rip all the leaves off it, we're going to break it up, we're going to massage it a little bit. You'll see when we get there. And then finally, for the dessert, we're going to bake off some puff pastry and make some whipped cream and some blueberry compote. Now, there were a few things that I missed on the ingredients list for whatever reason. I forgot to put 2 cloves of garlic on there, and we're going to need a little more sugar than I had said, but that's all right. Hello, Nancy. How are you? Hello, Sue. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're going to do. That looks awesome. You can see the cutting board. Amazing. Thank you again, Atlantic Livestream. Okay, so I guess we should probably just do something because we can't wait forever for Cullen to get here, and I don't know how long it's going to take him. So what we're going to do is actually get the blueberry compote on first. So I'm just going to take a nice big pot, and I have 4 cups approximately of blueberries here. They're frozen mostly, and I'm going to put about 1/3 of them in this pot. That was more than 1/3, but that's okay. Then we're just going to fill it up just with about a cup of water, and on the burner, and we're going to put some sugar in there too. So we're going to put about a 1/2 cup of sugar in there also. And then all we're going to do is bring this to a boil, and then we'll add the rest of the blueberries, and we'll let that boil for another 10 minutes. So that was fun. Cullen's still not here. Hello, hello, Anastasia. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. So I guess we'll get our chicken on. So chicken. I just have these are just chicken legs. These still have the backbones on them, which is right here. So we could take these off, but because we're just roasting them whole, we don't need to do it. It's extra effort, and buying the chicken like this is actually a lot cheaper than buying it boned out. So that's why I bought this, and I would recommend it for you as well, especially for the application we're using today. We're just going to roast the legs whole and then pick the meat off it. Doesn't matter if the backbone's on or not, and again, it's way, way cheaper. Hello, Christine. Hello, 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 everybody. So we have some chicken legs. They're pretty big, but that's good. I'm just going to take a bowl. I'm going to dump the chicken legs right in. So there's 4 there, 4. But you're not going to need all of this chicken for the Alfredo, but it's really good to have some on hand. Christine, we're making chicken Alfredo, we're making kale salad, and we're making passion flakies. Delicious. So I'm just going to put a nice big couple pinches of salt in here. Nice amount of pepper. We're going to put in a bit of canola oil. You can use olive oil too if you have it. I actually ran out and didn't notice, so that's why we're using this. And we're going to put a little bit of dried oregano in here too. Just a tablespoon or so, which I also forgot to put on the ingredients list. Sorry guys. And we're just going to give that a nice little toss, which doesn't work very well because the legs are oddly shaped, but that's all right. So, we're going to take a sheet pan and some parchment paper. And we're going to put it in the oven. Just like this. These are huge chicken legs. Look at the size of that. It's crazy. And my oregano did not spread out very evenly. So we'll work on that. So like I said, what we're going to do is bake these off. Once they're done, we'll pull them out. And we're actually going to take the skin off. And we're going to put the skin back in the oven and bake it until it gets really crispy. And when we pull the chicken, we'll chop the skin up and mix it in. And for those of you on your New Year's diets, it might not be the best thing, but you're eating chicken Alfredo, so get over it. It's going to be really delicious, I promise you. So, our oven isn't quite hot yet, so we don't want to pop it in yet. But we'll just kind of let it sit for a minute. And our blueberries sound like they're starting to get hot, which is good. Sue says she made blueberry sorbet last night in my Ninja blender. Nice. Was it just blueberries and ice, I'm assuming, with a little bit of lemon juice, some sugar? Either way, sounds delicious. I bought my wife a Ninja blender for Christmas, so maybe I'll have to make some sorbet. Sounds delicious. Does anybody have any questions? Because I don't want to do too much more until Cullen gets here. And I can't really put the chicken in the oven yet. Thank you. So actually, since since somebody just brought up chicken Alfredo, let's talk about that for a second. So chicken Alfredo, as we know it, is generally like a really heavy cream sauce, loaded with garlic. But traditionally, it's just cheese and butter. So when kids eat cheese and butter, that's a traditional Alfredo sauce. Parmesan cheese, a lot of butter, some pepper, maybe a little bit of parsley, and then the noodles. That's not what we're going to make today. We're going to make more of what we're used to as Alfredo, but that's what Alfredo traditionally is. So the cheese would be mixed in with the butter and it would all emulsify together and you get this really nice, thick, creamy sauce. So if you ever want to try something really, really delicious, just make your Alfredo like that. Just butter and a pile of Parmesan cheese, mix it up, finish it with some parsley and black pepper. Delicious. A-okay in my books. Sue says she added ginger to the sorbet. That sounds super good. I like that idea. Blueberries and ginger are a great combination, as we all know. What else? What is everybody else up to this week? We got time to kill, guys. Let's talk. Let's jam. Not a single comment when I said that, guys. Oh, there we go. Christine, we are at, what'd she say? I'm a bit scared of chicken in the oven, especially with the bone ones. Okay, so I'm at 425. Don't be scared of chicken. It's not going to hurt you unless you eat it raw. Go out, buy yourself a thermometer. This is like a $20 thermometer. It's digital, and it'll tell you exactly the temperature of the chicken. With chicken like this, you're looking for about 170, and then it's good to go. The other thing is just pull the chicken away from the bones. It's being scared of chicken. I know a lot of people are, but you don't have to be scared of it. It's so delicious. Just be brave and cook it through. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I'm going to pop it in the oven at 425. It's going to go for about 35 to 40 minutes, and then we'll pull it all apart. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us. But my oven still isn't quite hot yet. That's okay. Yeah, don't be scared of chicken, especially chicken with bones. The bones actually keep the chicken more moist and juicier, as opposed to chicken breast, which is the worst part of the chicken. Yeah. Any other questions? Come on, come on. Nothing. Nothing. New comment. I see a new comment here. Oh, there's all kinds. Sorry. Let's talk about cutting boards. Okay, what do you want to know about cutting boards, Sue? Thank you, Wendy. The reason why it is so clear is thanks to Atlantic Livestream, who is providing today's live stream. You can thank them because they're doing a fantastic job. I made pasta tonight, sun-dried tomatoes, Roma tomatoes. Why did you already make pasta? That's what we're doing right now. 170. Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Thank you, Chris. Sue, what do you want to know about cutting boards? Okay, I'm going to pop this chicken in the oven. The oven's hot enough. I'm impatient today. That's all right. It's going to take a while. So I'm going to set a 35-minute timer, and we'll check it after that, but it's probably going to need 45 minutes. And our blueberries are boiling away. It smells amazing because it's just blueberries. I'm going to add just a pinch of salt in there. And I'm going to add just a touch of lemon zest. Oh, and our special guest is here. Mike's going to grab him. So I'm not going to do anything yet. We'll wait for Cullen to come in. Hello, Barb.
Hey, buddy. What's going on? I might make money. All right.
I understand, Danielle. Okay, so no problem, Sue. So cutting boards. What I usually put on them is beeswax. But you can put a mixture of beeswax and mineral oil, or just mineral oil. There's a lot of things you can do them. Just wash them like you wash your counter, dry them off, oil them every couple of days.
You can stick that in your pocket.
That's the best way. Christine, I am not making a roux today. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to take some cream and we're going to thicken it with egg yolks and cook that down. So it's not going to be as heavy as a more traditional, or as what most people would think of as an Alfredo sauce. Sorry, I completely forgot what we were doing here. Hi, Barb. No problem. Hello, Jack. You all good?
All good.
Come on in. Nice to see you.
Man. How are you doing, buddy?
Everybody, this is Cullen MacDonald. He is my friend and barber, and he is our guest this evening. How's it going?
Not bad.
So we've already done a few things.
Oh, thank God.
So I have some chicken in the oven here.
All right.
All we do is toss it with oregano, a little bit of salt and pepper and oil. We have some blueberries boiling here.
All right.
Okay. So what I was about to do is put some zest of the lemon in the blueberries. So you're going to do that.
Okay.
So you're going to pretty much do the rest of the cooking. All right. So I'm going to get you to come over here.
All right.
And I'm going to bring this guy over here. And we're just going to zest right into it. So, Colin, how would you rate your cooking abilities?
2 out of 10.
Perfect. That's a good number. That's a good number. By the time you leave, it'll be a 2.5.
All right.
Promise.
Excellent.
So, what you're going to do is just hold the handle and then just kind of rub the lemon on it. But, let me see for a sec. So, when you get to the white part, stop.
Okay.
Because that can be very, very bitter. And just the tiniest amount of that can make the whole thing bitter.
Oh, pressure's
yeah, it's already
on.
pressure, man.
Pressure's
it's already
on.
pressure. Hello to you in Northern Illinois. Wendy says hello to you.
Hello,
Hello,
Wendy.
Amanda. Look at that. You're already doing a great job. So, Colin, you just came straight from work?
Just straight from work.
It was a busy day?
It was a busy day. Yeah. Yeah. I was telling everybody I had to get out.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Get my zest on.
That's good there. So we're going to throw this back on. So just make sure you give that, see all this stuff down here?
Oh, yeah.
So just give it a little tap. Perfect. We're just going to throw that back on for another 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. So.
Yeah, so what are we making?
You don't even know what we're making.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we're making chicken Alfredo.
Oh, awesome.
we're going to make a kale salad, a jack, and we're going to make passion flakies.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love those.
So we might as well actually get the puff pastry in the oven before we do anything else.
Okay.
So what we have here is just regular old store-bought puff pastry, which is very delicious. Actually, do you want to wash your hands? It's probably covered in hair.
No, I did wash before I came here.
Sure, that's what they all say. That's what they all say. I believe you. You just yeah. Okay, so Colin, what we're gonna do? You've had passion flakies?
Yeah, oh yeah, lots of them, boxes.
Perfect. So that's what we're gonna make here. So we're just gonna unroll this guy, and then I'm gonna get you to cut it into even squares.
Even
as you can. That'll be perfect. So I would say probably 3 by 3. That sound good?
Yeah, perfect.
And then I'm gonna break an egg for us. So do you cook at home ever?
I try. Very limited. Usually we eat out after I cook.
What do you try to cook?
I think I got spaghetti down. Maybe the sauce could use a little work.
Okay.
Lots of meat.
Nice, that's always good. Everybody loves meat.
But, all right.
No, that's good. That's good. So what we're going to do is just peel them off and just place them like that.
Okay.
So I'll help you with that. You're a much better hairdresser than you are, or barber, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Than you are at cutting these evenly. I'll tell you that. But that's okay. His haircuts are much more even than his puff pastry, people. And if somebody wanted to get a haircut from you, Cullen, where could they go to get that?
Oh, at Irishtown Barbershop.
Oh, the Irishtown Barbershop.
Downtown Dartmouth. Right next door here, actually. There you go.
Colin, I generally don't tell the internet where I live.
Okay, further down the road.
Okay. So I don't know where my pastry brush is, so I'm going to get you to mix that egg up, and then we're just going to rub it on here with our hands.
Okay.
You're pro at that.
Yeah, well, I didn't have to crack the egg either.
Gotcha. So. We're going to need more, so I'll get you to crack those ones.
Okay.
So we just have puff pastry. We don't need to chill it. It's fine. It's pretty cold. Yeah, it's going to be fine. So that's good there. So what we're going to do is just dip our hands in here.
Yep.
And just get a nice light coating on each one of these. So we're just going to brush some egg yolk on top, and then we're going to sprinkle some coarse garnishing sugar on top. Yes.
Just like this?
Yeah, that's exactly. Just make sure you get all the way to the edges. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So generally the reason why you would cool this down is, especially if you were cutting it into different shapes, is so they would hold their shape. So if I was making like a palmier like we did at Christmas, I would cool that down before so that when I cut it, it held its shape. It didn't kind of squish, but it's fine. This isn't gonna, it's not gonna affect these at all. Get that last one, and now we just need to sprinkle some of the sugar on. So we'll just go up nice and high. Do you know why?
No.
So first of all, it just looks way cooler than just like this, right?
Yep.
But it also spreads it out really. Can we get a close-up on this? So it spreads it out nice and even. So from down here, it's going to clump up, and we'll just get like big chunks of sugar here and here.
Okay.
But if you go nice and high, you're going to get a nice even coating of sugar.
Oh, you don't do that one?
I'm not salt baking. I mean, you can if you want, but
I shouldn't do that. Let's not get carried away on my first time.
Don't get cocky, kid. Okay, so we're going to pop these in the oven with the chicken. It's fine.
Okay.
And they're going to take 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll just get our hands nice and clean here. And then we're going to massage some kale. Have you ever given kale a massage?
No.
Okay, first time for everything. Do you like kale?
Yeah, I love it.
You don't, do you?
No, I do. I do like kale.
I don't really like it. I like it like this, and I like it roasted, but that's about it.
I've had kale chips before, too.
Yeah.
Those are good.
They are good. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you this.
Yeah.
So we're not going to use the stems for this today, but you can use them. You can cook them. Sugar, yeah. Thank you, Kat. So we're just going to rip these leaves off, and we're going to leave the stems. If you wanted, you could braise. Thank you. You could braise the stems down, but we're not going to do that today because we're making a salad. And so just make sure that you don't get any of the stem on here because it's pretty tough. And we're just going to rip these into bite-sized pieces. Kat says she loves kale. Kat, I do not. But I know a lot of people do. When I first started cooking, actually not even when I first started, but when I was like 19, 20, I was working at a place and we used to garnish everything with kale.
Okay.
Like just like big leaves of kale. Nobody ever ate it. I didn't even know you could eat it. I thought it was just like something that we garnished the plates with and then went in the garbage. And then about 4 years later, everybody in the world started being obsessed with kale.
Kale.
And we had just been throwing it out for years. That's my kale story.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
Shed a tear somewhere.
So, Colin, how long have you been a barber?
Almost 5 years now, I guess.
That's not that long.
No, not that long.
And you were in the Navy before.
I was in the Navy before.
Nice. Any cool Navy stories?
No, not really.
No?
Not really.
Any cool, like, hair cutting stories?
Oh, God, I wish I was prepared with good hair cutting stories.
You knew you were coming here
You meet a lot of cool people and interesting people, but I need a haircut. As everybody
Who
can
cuts
tell.
your hair?
I'll get my partner. He'll cut the hair on
Leonard?
Leonard.
Leonard's like the coolest guy.
He definitely is the cooler barber. But on my days off, I just don't want to go into barbershops on my day off.
That makes perfect sense.
So that's why I'm looking a little.
We haven't massaged it yet. You just wait and see. Don't worry, there's going to be some massaging happen. And I'll explain why in a minute. So I think that's enough kale because there's only a couple of us, and I'm sure my wife would love that for smoothies. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this lemon and we're going to roll it. So if you want to just roll it like that.
It's like so?
Yeah. So what we're doing there is actually just loosening up all the stuff inside.
Okay.
So it's going to be easier to juice. Okay, now we're going to cut it. So I'll give you this. Whoa. So we're actually going to cut it this way. North to south and just off center.
Like that?
Like that. Well, watch those fingers. So when you're cutting,
yeah.
Can you see for a sec? Yeah. Actually, you hold this knife. I'll grab a different one.
Okay.
So try and hold the knife a little bit higher in your hand. Kind of like pinch it between your thumb and your index finger and then wrap your fingers around. And that's going to give you the most control over it. And so what we're going to do is actually just cut just off center like that. And see how my fingers are and how yours are?
Like this?
Yeah, because if your fingers are like this and the knife slips, it's going right
That's the end of my career.
Exactly.
All right.
Somebody asked about the duct tape on your finger. I'm assuming, or electrical tape. I'm assuming you cut yourself?
Yeah, it was unbarber related.
So what most people in the world don't realize is that electrical tape sticks to itself like nothing else. So if you cut yourself, I'm assuming as a barber or in a kitchen, electrical tape is what you put on it because it doesn't fall off. It just sticks to itself. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take our, so I want you to squeeze that over this, and you'll see how much more juice comes out because we cut it this way.
Oh, yeah.
So when you cut the lemon like this or any citrus, most of these people already know because they've heard me say it a million times, but it's important. When you do it this way, you're actually working with the natural structure of the fruit as opposed to against it.
Okay.
So you get way more juice out of it. Okay, so I want you to put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. Salt and pepper, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Just a little bit?
I think my little bit is probably a lot more than your little bit.
Okay.
That's good there. And a nice big pinch of salt.
Am I throwing it from up top here?
Sure, if you want.
Salt bay.
There you go. Perfect. And then we're going to put just a touch of oil on here too. And now we really are going to massage this. So
All right.
we're just going to get in there and just,
Work those knots out.
yeah, so I'm going to let you do that. And the reason we're doing that is because it's going to break the cells down in the kale leaves and it's going to soften them. So when we eat it, it's going to not be so tough and kind of fibrous. It's actually going to be soft and tender. And the lemon juice is helping to break that down, and the oil is just kind of lubricating everything. So we're going to do this for about 5 minutes, and that's going to really soften the kale up. Sue said we're totally kaling it today. Thank you, Sue.
I love puns.
Yeah, so this is, when you have kale like this, it'll make you change your mind because it's actually really, really good like this, as we'll see in a little bit. We're going to put a whole bunch of other stuff in here, and it's going to be real delicious. Cullen, have you ever made a vinaigrette?
No.
Oh, well, you're
Well, maybe.
Okay, what does that mean?
I don't know. I use vinegar and... No, okay. Then no.
Well,
No, I haven't.
I mean, vinegar is one of the ingredients. So we have our blueberries here. They've cooked down for about 10 minutes, and I'm just going to add the rest in here, and then we'll cook it for about another 10 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat down, though, to medium. Beautiful.
How's our kale?
Oh, you got about 4 more minutes.
Okay, all right. We'll get in there deep.
You got to work out the knots, man. It's had a hard day, and it just needs some relaxing. And it seems like massaging kale for a long time seems ridiculous, but it actually makes it edible. So,
Okay, all right.
which kale otherwise is not.
So is there a max time that you do that for?
No.
You just,
I mean, you could, eventually you're just going to puree it, but
okay.
I'd say like 5 minutes is kind of
Yeah.
safe.
Okay.
And I'm sure you can feel it's already getting much softer, right?
Yeah.
And the colors change, so the acid from the lemon juice has drawn out some of the color, so that's why it looks this kind of deeper, shinier green, right?
All right.
Yeah, if you bite it, it's already quite a bit softer. You're doing great. And you said your skill level was at 2.
Oh, I would say even less.
I think you're
I
doing
told
a
you all my
fantastic job.
horror stories.
You did. Actually,
Compost, basically,
you made pulled pork
with the wrong part.
with pork tenderloin.
Yeah.
That's why you're here, man.
Funny-
That's why you're
funny for
learning.
chefs,
You're
huh?
learning. Mike's not a chef. Look at him. He's doing camera stuff.
I don't know anything.
He was a server for a very long time. Thank you. Kat says you're crushing it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kat.
Literally.
So how's that feel? I think it looks pretty.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that
feeling
actually
pretty relaxed.
feels really nice. So, like, obviously you can't tell at home, but it is much softer, and it's broken down, which is exactly what we want. So now when you eat it, it's more like eating spinach or romaine lettuce, because it's much softer. Okay, so we're actually just going to set that aside for a few minutes. Then we're going to make our dressing. So because the chicken's going to take a while, we'll probably make the salad and actually eat that first.
Sounds
Because I'm
awesome.
assuming you're probably pretty hungry. You
I'm
had a
pretty
busy
hungry.
day.
I'm pretty hungry.
Mike looks starving. Look at him. Okay, so we need a bowl. We need a whisk from my junk drawer. Okay, so vinaigrettes, salad dressings. It's essentially acid and oil combined together.
All right.
But we need something to combine them. So we're going to use mustard. So we're going to put about half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard in there. Perfect. Yep, that's exactly right. So I'm going to take this. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar, so about half that. You can just dump it right in. Just about half of it. It doesn't have to be exact.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter that much.
So what is this, sorry? Cider
Oh, you're
vinegar?
supposed to put half of that in, Cullen. Oh my God. It doesn't matter.
Did you say half?
I did. It's okay. You've had a long day, man. It's okay. It's okay.
I thought it was already measured out.
So I'm going to get you to whisk that up.
Okay. This guy?
Yeah. We're going to put a little bit of lemon juice in, not too much because we have enough vinegar in there.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. It's
Half
okay.
more than we need.
It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, the measurements don't really matter that much. And I'm going to put just about half a tablespoon of sugar in here too. Okay. Hello, Miss Juanita. No, Anastasia, it is not going to be bland, I'll tell you that. Hello, Bob. Thank you. I'm really happy with it too. Wendy, it should have given you notice. I don't know why it wouldn't have. Mike, any reason why it wouldn't have given them notice? It should have. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Mike said he apologizes. Oh my, you're splashing it all over me. Oh my God.
I'm just trying to get the excess vinegar out of there.
So we're gonna whisk in some oil.
Okay.
This is just canola oil.
Okay.
Or vegetable oil. Now the trick here is that I'm gonna pour very slowly, and you're gonna keep whisking.
Okay. Yeah.
So the reason why we want to do this simultaneously, and you can do this if you put a wet towel under the bowl, you can just do both. But we need to whisk the oil in vigorously. So we're breaking up the oil globules, and then that mustard is going to help them bind with the vinegar.
All right.
So whisk.
And I'm fired from pouring stuff in here.
Yeah,
now, right?
you're done.
Okay.
You're done. So you got to whisk. So actually, I'm going to stop you there. So as you're whisking, you're kind of moving your whole arm.
Yeah.
Your arm's going to get real tired real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So just hold the whisk higher and just use your wrist. Just like when you were a teenager. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
And we'll start with a few drops. And so if you stop for a sec, you can see like how this oil is kind of breaking up into small bubbles.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what we want. So we want to keep whisking, and then those bubbles are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Puff pastry.
Wow.
Oh, they burnt. Shit. Shit. Oh, yeah.
Oh, those are.
That's good. That one's good.
That's a nice one, yeah.
Mike, can you pass me that cooling rack by any chance? 24 episodes, and this is the first time I've burned something.
That's my fault.
It's definitely not your fault. Okay, so we have 3, maybe 4 passion flakies, but that's okay. Shit happens, guys. It does. So we'll add a little bit. See, so now you can see how tiny those little oil drops are.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly it. So the more oil we add, the thicker it's going to get. Which seems kind of counterintuitive, but that's how it works. So I'm going to get rid of this. But beautiful. And so as you start to build the emulsion, you can add a little more oil in each addition.
All
you don't
right.
add it so slowly. Wendy says we can just call them Cajun flakies.
I still eat every single one of those. I've done worse, obviously.
I can't invite you over for a cooking lesson and then make you eat burnt food. I just can't. I can't do it.
I eat burnt food all the time. It's my MO.
Yes, but you're here for something better. Paul.
Okay, you're right.
You're here for something different. So I'm going to show you a little trick here.
Yeah, the tricks
So
are good.
if you tilt the bowl a little bit, and then you can kind of get it all moving all at once. See what I did there? Yeah, yeah. Thank you. You're also very nice. You're all saying that it's fine, that it's burnt, that they'll eat it, no problem.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to things like that. Do you see how it's getting thicker?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a workout now.
Let's show them. Yeah. So you can keep whisking. See, it's getting way thicker. So there is a point where you'll add too much oil and then it'll just kind of break.
Okay.
But we're not there yet. So it's about, the ratio is about 3 to 1. So 3 parts oil to 1 part acid. Hi, Ruby. Thanks for joining us. Excuse me. Cullen, I didn't ask if you wanted a drink or anything.
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Oh yeah, I had like 3 Dr. Peppers today.
But if you go get your haircut at Irishtown Barbershop, you may get a free pop if there's any left.
Yeah, if there's any left. If there's any left.
Perfect.
Show us again there.
So if you see how it's kind of pooling around the edges,
Yeah.
so you want to make sure you really mix that stuff in there. Let me see for 1 sec.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if we don't get all of those little bits of oil mixed in, then it's actually going to gradually, the whole thing will separate, and then we'll get a layer of oil and a layer of vinegar. So we want to make sure it's really well mixed. If, like, this will sit in your fridge for a couple of weeks, and eventually it's going to separate no matter how good the emulsion is. But so there we go. So what we can do is give this a little taste.
It's good.
It's
vinaigrette.
delicious. You just made that.
What?
No, I didn't do anything.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
Just in here?
Yep. Let's make a salad.
All right,
Okay.
let's make a salad.
So we have our nice massaged kale here, nice and soft. We're going to add some sliced almonds. We're going to add some dried cranberries. We're going to add some goat cheese, and we're going to add some apple. Okay? So we need to cut the apple first.
All right.
So you're going back to the knife. Okay, so I'll show you this one, you do this one. Okay. So first thing we want to do is same thing with the lemons, kind of cut it off center. Okay.
Perfect.
So now we have this, and see how my fingers, so fingertips down, not knuckles down. For some reason people often put their knuckles down, but you just want to go fingertips. Make sure your thumb is always behind. And then we're just nice big chunks. Okay.
All right.
Actually, you can finish this apple. I don't think I need both. So I'm going to stop you. So always, if you have a flat edge, always lay it on the flat edge, and that way it's not going to wobble around on you. And then you can just cut those pieces off.
There you go.
That's a really sharp knife, man. I don't know what your problem is.
And then,
first of all, always try and keep the knife in contact with the board.
Okay.
That gives you more control, right? Because this way you have 2 points of contact.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of up and then slice through. So you're not forcing the knife down, you're actually kind of pushing it forward.
All right.
Okay?
Yep.
No, that's good. So push forward. And then it'll glide through as opposed to just, see how easy, much easier that is?
Very easy.
Yeah.
On the 4th try for me.
No, that's okay. Practice makes perfect, man.
All right, now what are we doing with these guys? Am I going?
Christine says that you look nervous, and Wendy's telling you to choke up on the knife. So yeah, exactly. And then the same thing. So you're just going to slide through. Yep. Perfect.
There you go.
at
Bob's
that,
your
man.
uncle.
Now we have to do the rest of the apple.
Right.
You're not done yet, man. Come on. Yeah, and then you might as well just take that part off too, and then we'll just dice them both up at once. Perfect. Just watch that thumb because you're getting a little ahead of your fingers there.
Yeah, I was getting too fast there, wasn't I?
I said don't get cocky. He's been cutting for 4 seconds, thinks he's a pro. Actually, I think you're doing a very good job.
Thanks, bud. All right.
If you see me in a couple of weeks and have a really wonky haircut, you'll know it's because I pissed Cullen off in this episode. Just watch it. See how close that was to your thumb?
I didn't.
It was very, very close. That's why you always got to keep your thumb back.
All right.
So the way I think about it is, so if I'm cutting this, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to have like one finger up as my guard and everything else is going to be behind. And I'm going to walk my fingers back. So I think of it like a little insect.
Okay.
So if I'm trying to hold this, I'm going to brace it with these fingers. And then when I need to move back, I'll brace with my thumb, pull these back. And then if I have something longer, then I'll just keep kind of bracing, moving, bracing, moving.
All right.
See, and that way your thumb's always behind and you're always holding the food in place.
Put the beer in now.
I don't want to scare him. I just don't want him to lose a thumb.
We don't want thumb in the salad. I understand.
I want you to be able to cut hair after this. That's all. Okay, so we have our kale, our nice massaged soft kale. We have our apples, and then we're just going to dump the rest of this stuff in there. We'll leave the goat cheese. We'll dump that in.
Okay.
So you can dump all the almonds in. You can dump all the cranberries in.
Just
Right in. Yep, perfect.
all right. All the almonds.
Do it.
All
Let's
right.
go all of them. Okay, so get you a pair of tongs. I'm just going to mix it up.
All right.
Just watch your back here.
Yeah.
So the chicken's been in for about 35 minutes. I think it's probably going to need another 10, but we're just going to check it with the old thermometer, which I thought I killed last week, but I didn't. It still works. So if you are using a thermometer, make sure you're not touching bone because the bone is not going to be as hot as the rest of the chicken. And yeah, that's not done. So it's only 130. We need it to hit 170, but it's going to heat up kind of exponentially. So the hotter it gets, the quicker it's going to get hotter, if that makes sense. So we only need about 10 more minutes. And make sure you wash off your thermometer. Okay, so that looks beautiful.
Perfect.
So we're gonna pour some of this dressing over.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's already a bit of lemon juice on there. That's why we didn't want this too acidic.
Okay.
But it's perfect. It's the perfect temperature because the apple and the cranberry is going to sweeten it up a bit too. So you can mix that up. Get this knife out of the way. And then we can fill up some bowls here. There's not, I don't think they're going to fill up, but you know what I mean.
I gotcha.
You can put some in the bowls.
All right.
Have you ever used a pair of tongs before?
Not really. I'm more of I just do a lot of dumping.
Gotcha.
So you got a lot of stuff to divvy out here. See what you're working with?
You're doing a great job, man. Don't hold yourself to the same standards as me. I'm a professional.
Oh, I wasn't doing that. All right.
Christine says she thinks you're shy.
Well, still not a cook.
That's okay, man. Okay, so we have these beautiful little salads here. We're just going to top them with a little bit of goat cheese. So you can take some goat cheese. I'll take some goat cheese. And we're just going to sprinkle this over top. Not too much because it's really strong. So just 4 or 5 pieces. Hello to Christine Rose's toddler who's saying hi to us. How are you? So actually that brings up a good point. I am still planning on doing the kids cooking show. It's just I haven't gotten to it yet because it's a lot of work to put together, but I will be doing it. I promise.
That's the show I should be on.
We don't want to scare them. Colin.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Okay, so that's good there. Suze, would you like some salad? Colin, this is my wife Suzanne. She's hiding.
Hi, Suzanne. Nice to meet you. Awesome. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So I think you can make this again?
Just a little direction.
The recipe will be on my
Oh, there we go.
Facebook page
I'll
tomorrow.
check that out.
Vash, it's nice to meet you, Vash.
Well, it is very good.
See how soft that kale got, though?
So
You
soft.
guys massage that nicely.
Mm-hmm. It's delicious.
Tastes like kale, which I like.
And that's it. The lemon juice kind of pulls out that kale flavor. That can be fairly overpowering. It's really good.
That is very
This
good.
is the new show. Now it's just people eating.
Now I'm shy.
Can we get a close-up on Colin putting food in his face, please?
You don't want that on there.
Okay. So we have our blueberries. You can keep eating. You don't have to rush through it.
Okay.
And we have our... That one's okay. Guys, that's really burnt. I don't know. I don't know if we can save it.
Oh. It wasn't burnt at all.
Turn it around.
It still smells pretty burnt.
That looks very good.
So if you don't burn them, what you can do is we're just going to cut them in half. Just like this. And then once we're ready, we're going to fill it with whipped cream and our blueberry filling. Christine, this is actually just puff pastry. Susie, your dad said it was a nice cameo of your hand. So, well, we're waiting for the chicken to finish. We might as well get going on the sauce.
All right.
Does anybody have any questions about the salad before we move on?
I'll be happy to answer.
Gear down, Big Rig. Gear down. You can answer questions if you want. So I'm going to actually get some pasta water on first here. Colin, how much salt should you put in pasta water?
Lots?
That's the right answer.
All right.
Lots. It should taste like the ocean. It should be nice and salty. That's it. That's
Perfect.
the whole story. So today, we're using gluten-free pasta because obviously I can't eat wheat, so I can't eat the puff pastry even if it wasn't burnt. But you can use regular pasta, obviously. So, pot back there, and I want you to put some salt in there
All right.
for me. That's good.
That's good.
That's good. So it was like 4 big pinches, right?
Yeah.
You want it to taste like the salt because that's where the flavor is coming from in the pasta because there's not really much else to it. So we're going to get another bowl. Oh, so many bowls. And we're going to break 4 egg yolks into it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, told you we're going to have to break some eggs.
All right.
But we're going to save the whites because I want the whites. So, how are you at breaking eggs, Cullen? You said
I can break them. I can break them, no problem.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what we're going to do here I'm going to break the egg right in there, just like that.
Yep.
And then we're just going to pull out the yolk. Okay? Just like that.
Okay.
But make sure you don't get any broken yolk in there because I want those whites without yolk in them.
Okay.
Just a little challenge for you.
All right, that wasn't so
Look,
bad.
you did one. That's it. That's good. We only need 2 more.
Oh.
Oh, you son of a bitch. That's okay. It's okay. Just break it. Just finish it there.
Where do I put this one?
Let me see. You can drop it in my hand. So we'll just get as much of that white off there. How did you even do that?
The pickup.
That was impressive.
The pickup.
All right, 2 more.
First one went well.
So you're a little scared of it, eh? By the way you're breaking it. So don't be afraid to break it, right? Like just smash it, and you're good. The yolks are a lot more resilient than people think they are.
Okay.
It's only going to break if it hits the edge of the shell. Other than that, you're pretty much safe.
Now the scoop up. That's where I went wrong last time.
So it might have just got caught. Either you poked it, or it got caught on the electrical tape, but probably not. So just scoop in under it.
Yeah, I just tried to use this hand.
Yeah. And then you want to pass it back and forth. Yeah, you're good. See? And then the white just falls over.
Ah, there we go. Oops, sorry about it.
No, you're all good. Okay. So we'll get rid of these whites that are useless now. Okay. We're going to add a cup of cream in here. So this is 2 cups. So I want half.
Okay.
Just half of it. Yeah, so Christine says that you can use the yolk or the shell to pass the yolk back and forth as well to separate the whites. But the problem I have with that is the shell is often very sharp, and to me there's a higher risk of busting the yolk. Where are we at there? A little tiny bit more. There you go. So I prefer to scoop in with my hands, but if you're making meringue with the whites, you don't want to do that because the oil from your hands will actually prevent the yolks or the whites from fluffing up the way you want. I'm going to get you to whisk that together real nice. Real nice. Not so nice, not so nice.
Not so nice.
So, I said this in the beginning, but a lot of you weren't here, so I'm going to say it again. And I don't think you were here when I said this either. Traditionally, Alfredo sauce is just cheese and butter. Maybe a little parsley to finish, a little pepper, but that's it. There's no garlic, there's no cream, there's no flour, nothing. It is just Parmesan cheese and a pile of butter, and you mix that together, and the cheese emulsifies into the butter, and that's what would make the sauce. And it was really about the presentation. So you've probably seen on Instagram or Facebook, that's good. You've probably seen videos of people bringing out this giant wheel of Parmesan and mixing the pasta in it.
Yep.
That's a classic Alfredo sauce. So lots of butter, and then you just take the pasta, mix that in with the Parmesan, and that makes your sauce. So what we're doing is not like that. It's closer to what we're used to here, but we're not thickening it with flour. We're thickening it with egg yolks. So real quick, I'm just going to check my chicken again because I forgot to set the timer, and for all I know, it could have been an hour ago.
Okay.
So we're going to check that again. Now, a lot of fat came off these guys, but that's okay. That's a done chicken. That's a done chicken. That's a done chicken.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that a done
Oh,
chicken?
yeah,
That's a done chicken
That's a done
too.
chicken.
Guys, we got some done chickens. So that's good news. So that means that we can get going on our pasta. So what we're going to do here is actually, we're going to pull the skin off these guys first.
Okay.
Okay, so the reason being that we're actually going to take the skin off we're going to set the chicken aside, and then we're going to put the skin back on this pan, and we're going to roast the skin until it gets nice and crispy.
Okay.
And then when we pull the chicken, we're going to chop the skin up and mix that in with the chicken, and that's going to give it a ton of extra flavor. Yeah, it's going to be real good. So before we do that, I'm just going to give this bowl a quick rinse because we need it. There you are. Colin, I hope you know part of the deal is you do all the dishes.
Yeah, that's
at the end
fine.
of
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so we have this nice clean bowl. Set this aside. We're running out of room. Oh my God. Mike, I swear it's not usually this disorganized. Oh my, you get bowls everywhere. Okay. So, whoa, oh my God, you almost took the whole thing out. Hello, Tanner. You put egg whites on your burn? Christine says that her boss used to put egg whites on her burns. I've never heard of that before. That's very interesting. And she also says that you're a trooper.
Thank you.
Actually, you were a sailor. He was a sailor. You gotta get that right. See what I did there?
I like it. Bringing it back.
Okay. So, again, these chickens still have the backs on them. That's what this bone is. It's a lot cheaper to buy it this way.
Yeah.
And when you cook it, you just pull the meat off. So you don't have to worry about cutting this off for what we're doing, but sometimes you may want to. So, like I said, we're just going to take this. Actually, going to dump that liquid out. Because the chicken's not going to crisp up. It's sitting in a pile of liquid, but that looks really delicious too. God damn it, I don't want to waste it.
What would you use with that?
So what's going to happen is when this cools, the fat is going to sit on the top, and then there's going to be this beautiful golden liquid on the bottom.
Okay.
So the fat you can actually cook with.
Okay, yeah.
Or you can kind of clarify it, so pass it through like a coffee filter or something.
Okay.
And then whip it. And in Jewish cooking, that's called schmaltz. They would put it on toast or all kinds of stuff. But you can use it just like bacon fat or butter.
Okay.
And then the liquid underneath, you can put in rice or you can put in potatoes, and it just adds extra flavor. Because there's like a cup of liquid here, so we don't want to waste that. We're going to set that aside. And now we're going to take our chicken skins, pull them off. They're very, very hot. Just like that. And then we'll spread them out. And while we're doing the rest of this, we'll roast those off. And then we'll have delicious crispy chicken skin mixed in with our cooked chicken. It's really hot.
Oh, yeah.
And I know a lot of people out there are saying, oh, that's so fatty, why would you do that? But most of the fat is in that bowl right there. It's not in the skin anymore. It's already rendered out. So if you're throwing this away, you're just throwing away tons and tons of flavor, especially because that's where all the seasoning is.
Oh.
All the oregano and salt and pepper is on the skin. It's not actually on the chicken. So why waste it?
Many years ago, I was at KFC, and the lady in front of me ordered chicken skins.
Just straight up chicken skins.
Straight up chicken skins.
Love it.
Didn't know it was on the menu.
Was she a large woman?
She's healthy.
Healthy. I feel like being at KFC and ordering chicken skins, you cannot be described as healthy in any way. Okay, so we have our skins off, and we're just going to pop this in the oven for a couple of minutes and let that get nice and crispy. Okay, so the only other thing we're going to do is kind of pull some of this chicken meat off of here. We're going to use the tongs to do it because it's so hot. Actually, we'll use a couple of forks. So we're just going to take our chicken leg.
Yep.
And just like your pork tenderloin pulled pork, we're just going to pull the meat right off it. Okay?
Okay, yep.
Just like that. So I'm going to let you do that. Let me see that for a sec.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's... Sometimes the thermometer says it's done, but then you cut into it, and it kind of juices out red, and it shouldn't do that. But the meat's all coming apart really easily, so it is done. Sometimes, if the chicken isn't bled properly after it's butchered, you will get kind of red liquid coming out of the bones after it's cooked. It doesn't mean the chicken's undercooked. It just means it wasn't bled properly. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of a little bit of red juice. Obviously, if the meat's red, cook it and use the thermometer to double check. Make sure it's at 170 so you know it's safe to eat. I don't want anybody to get sick off chicken, but I don't want you to be scared of chicken either. Hi, Tanner. Yeah, tasty chicken is definitely one of my favorites. Chicken skins for snack. So there's a restaurant in the South. They actually buy all the chicken skins from the factory and they'll bread them and deep fry them, and that's like their bar snack.
Okay.
Cover it in like hot sauce and honey, and that's like delicious.
I'd eat it.
Really, yeah, me too. 100. Let's do it. We're out of here, guys. We're gonna go get some fried
Get
chicken
that
skins.
now.
Pasta's coming soon. We're gonna throw that in a second. The water's boiling, and I'm actually gonna put that in right now. So again, I'm using gluten-free pasta. You don't have to, obviously, and I'm using fettuccine. Okay, and I'm just gonna cook the whole box because why not? Okay. So while Cullen's doing that, and I'm going to get you to actually move over a bit here, Cullen,
Yeah,
so you
no
can
worries,
see what's
bud.
going on with the pasta. Yeah. And if you're done with that one, you can pull another one out of there too. And then just throw the bones back in because I'll save those. Okay, so pasta's in. This sauce is going to come together really quickly. So I'm going to turn this pan on just on a medium heat. And I'm going to add the cream and egg yolks in here. And again, this is 4 egg yolks. And 1 cup of cream, and I lied, I'm not going to do that yet because we're actually going to cook up a little bit of garlic in here. I'm falling behind, I'm getting distracted. Oh my God. So Cullen, while
Yes.
you're doing that, I'm going to show you how to do some garlic here.
Okay.
So I just took 2 cloves of garlic and I cut the root end off, okay? And now I'm just going to give it a little crush with the knife, and that skin is going to come right off. So it's by far the easiest way to peel garlic. People always get frustrated because they're sitting here trying to peel it, and it takes them forever, but the easiest way is just crush it. Try that. Hello, Laura. Christine says we should try. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I missed something. Christine, I don't know what you're saying. So I'm just going to chop this up nice and fine. Not too fine. I'm just going to slice it. We don't need to go crazy here. So just nice and thin. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter into that pan. We're going to saute the garlic a little bit. Pasta. You're doing a great job, Cullen.
Thanks, buddy.
So I'm just stirring the pasta, making sure it's not sticking. I find with gluten-free pasta, it's extra important to make sure that you're stirring it so it doesn't stick together, because it has a tendency to. So we're just going to mix that up. Parfait. Now, as soon as the butter starts to kind of foam, that's when we know we're good to go, and we'll have the garlic in there. Let's give this a little taste. You can try it too if you want. It's delicious chicken.
Excellent.
Who knew? I'm missing stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so butter's nice and foamy. We're going to add the garlic in here. And because it's sliced nice and thin, it's not going to take long. It's only going to be about 2 minutes. And then we'll add our sauce in. So, we take a look down here at our chicken
look at
skins.
that.
So they're not quite done. It's still a little soft over here, but these guys are starting to get nice and crisp, which tells me that my oven's a little uneven. So I'm actually going to spin this around and just pop it back in for another 2 minutes, and it should be good to go. And I'm starting to smell garlic, which is exciting, because I love the smell of garlic.
Who doesn't?
Vampires.
Vampires.
100%. That's about it, though. I think everybody else is good with garlic, in my experience. Now, like I said, so this fettuccine Alfredo doesn't traditionally have garlic in it, but that's how we know it here in North America. So we're gonna say go to hell tradition, and we're going to throw some garlic in here. Yeah, we have some fancy camera angles today. Thank you to Atlantic Livestream for providing the live stream today. And thank you to my lovely guest, Cullen MacDonald, for coming and joining me.
My pleasure.
Cooking along.
My pleasure.
Running straight from work. So far away.
It was far away. A lot farther than I initially said I was.
Completely other parts of the city,
Yeah.
not really close.
Dartmouth, Massachusetts.
Yep. Okay, so the garlic is very aromatic. It's starting to soften up. So we're going to add our 1 cup of cream and 4 egg yolks in here. And we're going to whisk it. If we don't whisk it, it might curdle. We don't want that. And like I said, this is not going to take long. No, I don't need a whisk. Famous last words, I don't need a whisk. So because I have a large pan and there's a large surface area, there's a lot of moisture evaporating, so this is going to thicken up pretty quick. But that's perfect because our pasta is almost done. Colin, I think that's enough chicken there. That's
Okay,
yep.
Perfect.
Oh, guys. So we're going to add a nice amount of salt and pepper in here. You throw a big pinch of salt in there for me.
Sure else.
Oh, you got to wash your hands. So it's getting a little bit too hot, so I'm going to cool it down with a little more cream. And then we're going to grate a pile of cheese in here.
Putting some salt in
Yep.
there.
Yeah, so you want to throw some salt in there.
How much?
Just a nice big pinch. Yeah, perfect. And now I'm going to grate a big pile of Parmesan. Because that's the main focus of... Actually, you do this. Why am I doing it? You do this. I'm going to chop some parsley.
How much? I'm putting a lot.
I'll tell you when to stop. And I'm going to chop up some parsley. I know I forgot to put parsley on the list.
Oh, God.
Are you making... Oh, what are you doing, man? Jeepers. You know, I invite you over to my house and you just come, you make a giant mess. I don't get no respect. That's my Rodney Dangerfield.
I liked it.
It's a little dated. I don't think most of the people know who Rodney Dangerfield is, but that's okay.
Ladybugs was a classic movie.
That was a classic movie. Okay, so I'm going to chop up about a 1/4 cup of parsley here. More.
All
Keep
right.
going. Keep going. And the trick is just to ball it up nice and tight. Same finger position, same knife position, and then we're just going to chop it up. Keep going, keep going. The parsley.
It smells so good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And it's a very simple dish, and if everything's ready to go, you can throw it together 4 or 5 minutes, which is always nice.
All right.
Well, I mean, think about it. Once we added the sauce in the pan, it didn't take long to cook, right? So
You're right. I'd still be fussing around with the eggs.
you worry too much. Cullen, you worry too much. Now I just want to watch Goodfellas. Pasta needs another minute. Well, that's okay. Chicken skins are done and looking sexy.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to get these out onto here. I know that a lot of you are thinking you're never going to do this, but I promise you if you do, you will not regret it. It makes everything better. Just give that a little try.
It sounds
This
delicious
the-
when you chop.
Yeah, it's hot. Oh, how good is that?
That's so good.
Yeah, so you mix that in, you get a little bit of this in there.
Can I just eat that?
Here, Mike, I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have judged that lady at the KFC.
Nope. No, at
You're gonna do
KFC,
it now.
at KFC, the skin's the best part.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough there. Okay, so we're just gonna drop these skins right into this chicken here. We're gonna give this board a little wipe. I'm gonna bring this up here. I'm gonna get you to mix that up a little bit for me.
All right.
I'm gonna grab a colander. We're gonna drain this pasta.
I guess I could probably get rid of that, eh?
Yeah, we can get rid of that piece. Here we go. Guys, we're not fooling around anymore. Look at this. So I'm going to take this guy. What?
There.
We're going to dump some of this in here. We're going to toss this all around. Oh my God.
Oh, that looks so good.
It does, doesn't it? It does look good, and it was not complicated. It's a very easy dish. You don't even need the cream and egg yolks. You can just do it with butter and Parmesan if you want.
All right.
Oh, guys. I hope that you're as excited for this as I am.
I'm really excited.
Yep.
I need more of this crap.
So it's round 2. It's the only time I ever see my wife is if there's food.
Good thing you're chef.
Here you go, buddy.
Ah, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Tell my dad to get ready for my big moment.
Jack, she's about to show her hand again. There you go. Do you still have a fork?
Yeah.
Mike Hall,
Merci.
there I am.
Dang.
You don't have to wait. You can.
Ah, I
Just
was gonna cheer you.
oh, sorry. I'm the. Did you get any chicken? There's a little here.
No, I got lots of chicken.
Take some more chicken.
All right, we'll
Oh,
take
I
more
dropped
chicken.
it in my salt. Everybody's real quiet. I think that means it's
Wow.
good. Yeah?
That's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, it was really her hand. She doesn't have a body double.
We don't have a budget for that yet.
Mm-mm. Oh my God.
Wow. Very good.
So full disclosure, this is the first time I've ever made this.
Really?
Yeah. But that's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't usually let my wife cook. Only because I post to Instagram and Facebook almost every day, so it's kind of my job to cook every day. But I don't think she minds that much. Do you want some water or anything? You good?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. Just making sure that there's not that much like sauce on my face.
You're good. Even if there isn't, it's good TV. Okay. One final thing. You can just keep eating if you want, man. I'm just going to make some whipped cream real quick.
Okay.
A little bit of cream. Need a clean whisk. Oh, yeah, I have a lot of whisks.
We have a lot of wood.
So we have some cream. We're going to add a touch of sugar to it. Say we have half a cup. We're going to add half a tablespoon. I'm going to have one more bite while I'm whisking because this is so good. My father-in-law just said that I should make this next time they're up. You got it.
Excellent form.
Thank you. You learn from the best,
Yeah.
so I trust your judgment. It's good, eh?
So good.
Yeah. And something that a lot of people would just throw away. Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining us. It's okay if you're late. I'm just glad you're here.
I was late too.
Yeah, Cullen was late too, and he's on the show. It's a little warm in here, so the cream doesn't want to come together, but that's what strong forearms are for. I'm splashing you, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Getting it everywhere. It's revenge.
Yes.
Almost, we're almost there. We're almost done with the show. We're almost ready. Okay. Let's get a little plate here. Let's take our least burnt guys here. Oh, I broke it. It's
Oh, that's good.
I'll cut this. We'll open her up.
So that's just puff pastry.
This
So
is
I can
just
just make that.
Yep. Yeah, just puff pastry, brush with a little bit of egg, and sprinkle with some sugar. I'm going to put some beautiful blueberries in here.
I'm very excited for this part.
I'm going to put a nice big dollop of whipped cream on there, just like that. Put the lid on. Grab Mike a plate. There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Mike Hall, I can't eat one of these.
Thank you.
You guys got to tell them how it is.
All right. Now I used to crush passion flakes.
I used
Like-
to too when I could eat them.
Yeah, okay.
Watch yourself there. Oh,
It's a good
I'm-
sound.
So good. It is.
but pretty simple. And if you wanted to, you could just put jam in there. You don't have to make it from scratch.
Okay.
So this is
I'd
a
probably
really-
be a jam guy.
This is a really easy dessert you can make for your girlfriend or you know, whoever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, super delicious. All right, guys, that about does it for us here today. Does anybody have any questions before we go? I guess I have to plug this. Hold on. This is a beautiful Chef Ben Kelly cutting board. It has my face
Oh,
engraved
nice.
right there with lasers.
This camera.
If you would like to own one of these, you can go to chefbenkelly.com, click on store. You can buy it for yourself. I also have these beautiful Chef Ben Kelly magnets, which doesn't stick to wood. And you can buy these in the store as well. You could have your very own. It has basic vinaigrette recipe and temperatures for cooking chicken, pork, and beef. You can get all this in the Chef Ben Kelly store, chefbenkelly.com/store. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. Thank you, Cullen, for coming.
Thank you for having me. This was a pleasure.
I very much appreciate you being here.
No, this is
You're my
awesome.
first guest who isn't a sponsor, so it's a big deal.
Yes.
Yet. There we go. Thank you to Mike Hall for coming from Atlantic Livestream and setting this all up. That's why everything looks so beautiful today. Even though we've destroyed my kitchen, it looks great. And thank you to Ashworks Cutting Boards and T-North Organic Carbonated Iced Tea for sponsoring the show. And of course, thank you to all of you for coming, commenting, cooking along. I hope you enjoyed it. And I highly recommend that if you didn't cook along today, you make this pasta because it is killer. The recipes will be out tomorrow. Same as last week, I'll just put them up as pictures. I can't upload PDFs. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Later.